Hi, my name is Bruce Hanna. I'm an instructor, trainer, director for American Nitrox Divers International. I've been living here in Asia for about 20 years, mostly exploring wrecks and caves and teaching mixed gas technical diving. In Asia, I've mostly been diving on ancient pottery wrecks, mostly wrecks that have never been dove before. In Thailand alone, I've been on about 10 ancient pottery wrecks ranging from about 400 to 700 years old. I do a lot of the research and helping out the Thai archaeology department and the military. After so many years here in Thailand, I travel back and forth to the Philippines a lot. Back in 2006, a friend of mine, John Bennett, was looking to dive the Yamashiro. John had passed away, and I kind of had picked up the project over here in Thailand. At the time I was looking for something different to do, something exciting, and it was quite a challenge. I got a couple of my friends together for bottom team divers and looking for support divers to go over and dive the Yamashiro. During our search for the Yamashiro, I also did some looking for the fuso also, as that was on one of the lists of the wrecks that we want to dive and try to identify the wreck. The Yamashiro project, when we did that, I put that project together and got a couple of my friends. It was actually a three-phase project. We actually were looking for a sunken city in one of the lakes here in Thailand. It's at about 120 meters. Another part of the project was some of the deep caves that we have here in Thailand, which we did Sri Kiao, and that was bottomed out at 240 meters, the final dive. And the third part was the Yamashiro, which was the wreck. Its bottom was about 200 meters, and when we went over with the depth sounder, the top of the wreck was at about 175 meters or so. That expedition was totally awesome. It definitely had to be on your toes. The logistics were out of this world, getting helium, getting oxygen into a place where there just aren't divers. You didn't even have internet in town. When we got out to the Yamashiro, actually the first day we couldn't even get onto the Yamashiro. The currents there were nasty. We tried dropping an anchor on there, and by the time the anchor even got to the bottom, we'd be so far away. First day we actually ended up going up in the shallow waters and just checking out our equipment and stuff. The second day of the expedition, of the Yamashiro expedition, we actually were able to get an anchor line hooked onto it. The currents were strong. Out of the three of us, actually, only one of us had actually made it to the wreck. The second day of the expedition, again, one of the divers, Cedric, had entered the water first. I followed and close behind him. Just trying to get to the buoy, which is only about 5 meters away. It was like being totally out of breath getting to it. Getting down to the wreck was, pulling one hand over another, just trying to get down to it. If you had got blown off the line, there's no hyperbaric chambers, you would have no support, so you really had to be on your toes. That day, Cedric had made it to the top of the wreck. I had problems with some of the electronics that I had, and I went down to about 125 meters, and had some electronic failures that day. The third day, which was probably the last day that we had to be able to dive on it, got up that morning, we went out there, and the line that we had left hooked up to the Yamashiro had disappeared. I don't know how it had disappeared. There's no boats, there's nothing even around there. We actually put a bunch of line together, and we were able to hook onto that line that day, and when we had done that, the line had snapped, and that was pretty much the end of the expedition right there. Definitely, no regrets ever going over there. A lot of work. I could say actually out of, been a lot of people that had gone over there tried it, but we were the first team that had actually made it down to the Yamashiro successfully. During the expedition, I got a chance to meet some people, some older people that I had interviews with, and they told me the story about them sitting there watching the Americans bomb the Japanese. They sat there and watched the Fuso and the Yamashiro being sunk with the soldiers swimming ashore, and that was, I think, some of the highlights of the whole trip. Even though it wasn't on the boat, that was exciting in itself, but it was the opportunity to meet some really unique people that were actually there where the Fuso and the Yamashiro had been sunk. The Battle of Surigao Straits actually took place October 24th and 25th back in 1944. The Yamashiro, there's been a lot of controversy actually what had happened, which one had sunk first, the Yamashiro or the Fuso. I guess the latest, what they really believe is the Yamashiro had gone down first, and then the Fuso would follow. The Fuso had actually been sunk in two different places, because when it was hit, the Fuso had split into two pieces, and it had actually sunk. I had used the depth sounder net trying to looking for the Yamashiro. At this time, I'm actually looking to put together another project, actually looking for the Fuso, to find the exact location where the Fuso had sunk, both places where it sunk. And again, I'm wanting to do more research to be able to find the exact location, and hopefully be able to put down an ROV, and if not, even be able to dive them once again to find out exactly what had actually happened during that time. Just putting together, the logistics, and it's quite a bit to be able to put together something just to be able to go over and trying to find it. But that's what my goals are here in the future. The Yamashiro, the GPS's, they said, was 1022 to north, 125, 21, 3 east. I found those coordinates to be quite close of where the Yamashiro is actually quite sunk. Somebody told me that the coordinates or the Yamashiro is a long ways away from there, but actually when I seen where the Yamashiro was sunken at, it was pretty much right close to that area. The exact location, I'm not quite sure. The boat captain has got that.